thinking them wealthy thoughts, baby.
Everything about you.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, StephenMotivate. We're back again with another special edition of Wealthy Thoughts.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with my co-host, my friend, and yours, Mr.
Steve James.
Yo, man, how you feeling today?
What's poppin', brother?
What do you think is a good discussion today that would help people?
Dating an entrepreneur.
Dating an entrepreneur. Ooh. Are you ready?
I like dating an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Did
The ups and the downs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is your skin thick enough
Yeah.
to eat ramen noodles
Yeah.
some nights?
Yeah. Sleep on air mattresses.
I don't know about that.
Gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta have a bed. Start off with that one. Nah, but I think I don't know, man. I'm seeing a lot of people jump into entrepreneurship, like in that space.
Yeah.
And I see it more so couples. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's definitely a beautiful thing when they're both doing it, whether it's their own business or one helping another business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because in order to do this, you have to have someone that, number one, understands valleys, understands the highs and the lows,
Yeah.
and understands that, you know, this is the pain can be overbearing at times, but it will pass.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to waver the storm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's important. I think people don't talk about that enough. Relationships and, you know, being able to, you know, being able to juggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we have to juggle a lot, especially being, you know, in the positions that we're in, being parents. You know what I mean? Being fathers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being providers, being protectors, being solution individuals.
Yeah, solution-based, problem-solving
Problem
gurus.
solving. Yeah, it's a lot. And it's like, how do you stay sane and still, you know, be able to give your significant other time?
Yeah.
Time, energy, you know, passion, because, you know, you can put so much into your business that you drain yourself.
Yeah.
So then when you get home, it's like, all right, well, we're going to watch this Netflix movie, or the Netflix movie going to watch us.
Right.
One or the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you got to find time to make time for your loved ones, for your spouse, or for your person you're in relationship with. You know, for me, I tested out early with my relationship. It was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I was selling barbecue sauce when I started dating my now wife. And it was very important for me to see how she was out at them farmers markets with me. You know, do you want to grind with me? Do you, because this is the life. And she always says, like, nothing's changed, because I've always been grinding. I've always been working and then working some more and working on the weekends. Oh, I'm working on something.
right.
You know, I'm just a person. It's in me.
Yeah.
I go to sleep thinking of stuff. I wake up thinking of stuff. I'm just a go-getter.
Yeah.
It's just in my skin, like at a different level.
For sure.
Like it's, you know, I would be fine if everybody was on vacation and we talked about business every single day, all day, and that was all we did.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, but my wife,
It's weird.
I think the problem is, you know, you gotta your significant other, the person you're in a relationship with, just has to see that from the get-go.
Yeah.
Now, if you surprise them with it, you know, later on in life, okay, you just got to recognize that it's a surprise. So you're going to have to keep reiterating that, hey, I'm changing. I'm different than what I was before.
Right.
And I think that's the tough thing. If you get in a relationship with an entrepreneur, you just do as much, you know, fact-finding, research, as you can, so you can be able to, you know, not be surprised when the valley comes.
Yeah.
Like, you need to see me in some situations where I'm depressed,
Mm-hmm.
where the business is overwhelming me. I don't want to talk, where I just lost a deal,
Mm-hmm.
or I just lost a shipment. You need to see, because I need you to know when not to talk to me. Actually, don't say anything to me, please. This time, I need complete silence. That's the only thing that can help me is complete silence and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You stupid. But yeah, I feel you on that. Shout out to Ty, man, because slinging them barbecue sauces with it wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't. Had to carry them. Had to count the money. Make sure that nobody steal. Barbecue sauces in glass, busting.
Shout out to her.
Crazy business partner.
Shout out to you, sis.
Yeah, but that was a big, for me, I was like, wow, this girl's willing to grind with me. And I think if you're trying to date an entrepreneur, that may be, not everyone's like that, but some people are going to be looking for that. Like, are you willing to be a part of this lifestyle?
Yeah. And I think it's important. I think in the dating phase, it's important if you're already in that mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, there's situations where someone can, you know, get in a relationship and they're not an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, I'm working a job. So how that transition of working to, okay, now, you know, we're used to this income coming in. I don't want to work no more. I don't want to work this job no more. I want to do my own thing. So how do you transition to that to, okay, now we got to actually grind to get this check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for a woman or a man that is dealing with that, you know, that's a transition.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you got to be built for that. And if you're not, at least you know before you take things to the next level, like, all right, this ain't gonna work because I need a steady paycheck.
Yeah.
And I need to know that on this day, on these 2 days out of the month, or 4 days out of the month, depending on how you get paid, you know, this is what I'm banking on. And if you're not banking on that, it's gonna be tough dating an entrepreneur, man, because it's not easy.
No. And that's where I think communication is key.
For sure.
Communication is key. Is the fuel of all relationships.
Yeah, regardless.
Whether it's your mom and daughter, or father and son, or brother, sister, it comes back down to communication.
For sure.
And when the communication stops,
yep,
the relationship is on thin ice.
Yep.
And that's why, like, for me, I force communication.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those annoying people, like we was talking about the other day about, you know, don't go to bed angry. You know, well, now we have went to bed angry before, but 9 times out of 10, we work really hard. Hey, I want to talk about this. Let's talk about this. This is bothering me. I'm not happy with this. Or because, or are you happy with me? I know I got to go out of town again. How are you feeling? Always just forcing yourself to talk.
Yeah.
When it's like, I don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
But when I realized that, you know, it's the same in business. If you're not communicating with your boss, with your coworkers, it's like, what are you working on? Right. What are you doing? Are you happy with this? Are you not? So when I learned that, it's like, okay, I got to force myself to communicate.
And this is important. It's one of the the main thing in relationships that get jacked up. It's like, oh, I'm just not communicating with this. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of people just shut down. That's why I'm very grateful for me and Brianna's relationship, because like we don't argue. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and if we do argue, it's like a quick thing. And I'm so to the point where I need peace, where I want to nip it in the bud right now. Like, oh, I'm sorry for saying that. I'm sorry the way I reacted.
Yeah.
Because you wait, it's like, Like I have to be super. Like I can't even tell you a time that something just spilled over for days.
Yeah.
It's just it just nip it in the bud because you just make your life easier that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially when you have chemistry with somebody in history.
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's like I know what pushes your buttons.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to push your buttons.
Right.
You know what makes me tick. I don't want you to, you know. So I think that's just that's the part that, you know, people they kind of miss out on that. You know, you see a lot of people get into relationships and then it don't last because they didn't have there was really no substance. They don't have no history. They're still learning each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're still learning what, you know, they're still learning one another.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it. You know what I mean? I see people get into these relationships and, you know, they fail because of whatever reason.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's communication or just not being on the same level mentally. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and to that point, I think that's where you got to think about, you know, you brought up the example of, okay, if something changes and, you know, the money's got to be different now, we got to grind. Like, what do y'all goals look like together? And so, and we work through this now because, you know, with me, I'm always moving the bar.
right.
All right, we got one Turo car, let's get 10.
Mm-hmm.
Go from 1 to 10. We got 10, let's get 20.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang. And so she's learned that about me now, but that was probably a big issue in our relationship. She's like, you've created, you're stressed out, but you created all this stress.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were fine financially.
Right.
You just want to take it up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, yeah, you're right. And I'm sorry, you know, nip it in the bud to your point. Now let's sit down where I realized now let's sit down and talk about the goals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I say, hey, babe, here's my goals for us. What do you think about them? I like when we can vacation. We've already been on basically 2 vacations this year.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I like that. One vacation every 3 months. We did one where it was for her birthday, and then we did one recently with the family.
Mm-hmm.
That costs significant dollars.
For sure.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be gone a lot sometimes. I'm going to be working a lot. I'm going to be grinding, you know, especially recently. It's just been a real miserable grind. But it's like, hey, babe, this is my goal. How do you feel about that? How do you like that? And I don't even think we finished the conversation, but we brought it up to talk about, do we have shared goals?
Right.